Hello everyone, welcome to the AMA project explanation session. This is Lakshit Pant and this AMA session is a part of XROS Fellowship Program, an initiative of Government of India supported by Meta and implemented by Reskin. This is Lakshit Pant, your host. He's the project mentor of Sneakerland project that you can see on your organization list. And he'll be explaining the project idea and regarding the project, like why Sneakerland, why you should apply, how it should increase your chances to get selected for the Sneakerland project, and what actually the Praveen and his team is looking for as a contributor from you guys. So you can increase your chances, explaining your queries, asking your queries. Request Praveen if you could introduce yourself a bit first.
Yes, absolutely. Hello everyone, I'm Praveen from DigiBeans. We have been working on metaverse projects for last 3 years. We have worked for several brands, fashion brands, and right now we are working our own games. And Sneakerland is one such game which we just started. Again, to explain a little bit more about Sneakerland, it's a Pokemon Go kind of game for sneakerheads and hypebeasts. So these are the people who buy sneakers and they resell. Similarly, they also buy other luxury fashion goods. So they basically this works like a stocks for new age. Basically millennials and Gen Z. So instead of investing in stocks, currently this is a trend that people invest in sneakers and other fashion goods so that they can resell at higher price. So what we understood in this industry is like most of the interfaces and exchange platforms right now, Goat and StockX, this they work very traditional way, like a feed, basically they work like a e-commerce websites. But most of this new generation are into gaming, and that's the reason we wanted to gamify this experience of shopping, virtual shopping, by building a Pokemon Go kind of game for these collectors. So this works like an NFTs, but without Web3. Basically NFT trend picked up the scenarios from sneakerheads because this culture has been there for more than a decade. Like in India, it came last 2 to 3 years. It is becoming really famous right now in India. Many companies are also going, and many resellers are also like currently in India more than I think 10,000 sneakerheads who are reselling sneakers. So they're buying and selling them. So we're currently targeting this game towards this community, both in India and as well as globally. And we're also trying to get some fashion brands, who produce limited collections to be on our platform. Again, the part of the game would be more like where the player has to complete quests daily so that they can earn points, so that they can eventually get into a raffle system where they can earn real sneakers at retail price. So there is similar kind of system usually works offline. In Bangalore, the raffles happen every month mostly, but there are some companies who do that. We want to do that raffles through a game, so that's the difference. And part of the quest would be going around the city and exploring different AR experiences that are stored around the city. This would be treasure hunt kind of gamified AR experience where they can collect limited rare sneakers. So the people who participate more, they can collect rare sneakers and eventually they get into graphics. So this is the game. And because we are into building AR experiences, this is very important that we basically we evolve the AR experiences eventually. But right now, the problem in AR industry, apart from hardware, is like the mapping part of it. I think that's what like right now everybody are trying to solve, because currently GPS, with GPS we can't. People who have already worked on AR with GPS, we can't accurately place that AR experience at that particular location. And also, we need to know the orientation of the mobile, like on which players, holding the mobile in which direction and what level from on the ground he's holding. So this all information GPS can't provide, and that's the reason we need a visual position system. And companies like Niantic, and Google are working on this. And but we believe that no one company can map the whole world, and that's the reason it has been slow. And in India, I think Bangalore is a little bit mapped, but apart from Bangalore, there is no other city which is currently mapped. Extensively, and that's what like we're trying to solve with this AR mapping part, because some of the quests in the game would be to go around the city and map the city. So we'll generate that 3D data and 2D images, and using SLAM techniques, we'll develop and this map, and using also other open source technologies, we'll develop this. And we will also, so it won't help to improve our AR experiences, but also other AR developers, they can freely use this map, and they can also develop AR experience. That's how it will be an open source AR map, and this will be the first of kind, kind of Indian project, especially building this AR mapping in India. So yeah, I mean, that's the project, details of the project, and if you have any questions, I will like to answer. Extensively, we are looking for people, especially this is an end-to-end project, so we're looking for Android developers, game developers, especially who work with Unity, and also computer vision engineers who already work with some Slam projects in the colleges or in their, or done some PhD on it. So we're working with such kind of team to bring together and develop this game, and also this open source AR map.
Yeah, so I just wanted to know, like you have mentioned the crowdsourced work and people need to scan the environments, especially you mentioned about the Bangalore. So is there any specific hardware requirements for the expected from the contributors? I just wanted for this project.
The contributors basically, I mean, the end. Are you speaking about like volunteers who will be participating in the project, or the end users who will be using this app? So they can use this app on their mobile. So
Okay.
because right now we will be using SLAM techniques. So there are two way of developing visual positioning system. One is like markers, where if you have gone to some events, they might have placed some markers on grounds where you go and scan those markers. That is one way of developing a visual positioning system, but that is not scalable. We will be relying on SLAM techniques that uses computer vision, so where it scans the room, and it understands where this person is player is staying. So all the player basically need is a mobile, iOS and Android mobile. Yeah, and currently, I mean, the sensors in mobiles are very powerful. Earlier it's not suitable, and even in Apple we have like now LiDAR sensors also. So in somewhere we can also generate LiDAR data also, which can enhance the AR map. Yeah, so to answer your question, mobile is enough.
Yeah, and in your GitHub, like, so we got this query from, I'm just picking this query from the Slack because I just got this query from the Slack channel. So in the GitHub, this looks like a fresh project. So so the developers or the contributors needs to create it from very scratch, or it's already pre-made somewhere else, and they are going to contribute in those websites or those maybe proprietary projects of those.
This is like a fresh project we have started. This is a fresh project we have recently started, but we are currently working on the design side of it, because on the design side we have to design the game and also design the virtual assets which will be used in that we are taking care of right now in the designing phase of the game is in there. Yeah, I mean, we'll be moving to development phase, and that's where like we need help of the volunteers who will be I mean, participating in this program.
Okay, so I'm just circling back to the some chat questions. Let's see. Okay, so there is one question like, hey Praveen, could you please let me know what's the expectation? So I guess they've already answered this. So like any specific expectation you have, if you can, again just make it very precise.
Yes, I mean, so we are looking for a developer diverse
Like,
team of 4 members. So like either you would have developed Android apps, or you're a game developer using Unity to develop games, or you have developed AR experiences using I mean, open source like AR Kit, or and maybe you're a computer vision engineer who have used SLAM techniques. Maybe not in this AR field, but maybe SLAM is used in other areas as well. So even we have done such kind of projects. So these are the three kind of mainly we are looking, skills we are looking to develop this team.
okay, and we have another developer needs to, need to work for this project. Any specific requirements from your end? Any thought you have in your mind for this project?
Uh, so so I just answered the question, right? And this is the requirements. I mean, I can what I can do is like I can get into the Slack, and I can answer in much more detail. I can also some references and much
Okay.
more details into it.
So maybe the question was how many hours these developer need
Oh,
to invest in for
okay,
this
okay.
project.
Yeah, I mean, definitely would like to. I mean, depending upon who they are, like whether they're students or whether they're or already working somewhere, we can discuss that. I mean, definitely, definitely we are looking somewhere between 25 to 30 hours, a week. Which if they, and then weekends they can do. I mean, basically it will be up to them, like how they want to schedule it. But we can definitely discuss in our interview calls, like how much time they can give, depending upon what they're into, whether students or full-time employees somewhere.
Okay, so the next question from the comment section is, what if I have worked with computer vision but not with Slam? So what was the chances of getting this project?
Yeah, you can still apply
Chances of
because
getting selected?
yeah, you can still apply. I mean, because right now we won't be, maybe for slam techniques there are some open source technologies which we can use some, so we don't have to develop everything from scratch. So definitely you can apply, and in our discuss call we can discuss your approach. What you can do is like I will give more details. Based on that you can have your analysis, like how you are going to develop it. So if you have knowledge in computer vision, maybe you can study papers on slam, and you can you can basically apply with your approach of developing it, and accordingly we can discuss an interview, and then we can take it forward.
Okay, so next question is from Mohit. He's asking, can you please describe if any web-related projects is there in Sneakerland? So maybe if I need to rephrase this, if anyone is from web development background, so do they have a chance of getting selected if they submit their proposal for the same?
No, essentially, we are looking for mobile. I mean, basically Android developers. It won't be a web application. So, but you can apply basically because in some areas, what because right now the AR experiences, we haven't completely designed the workflow. Like maybe we can use web-based AR experience as well. So if you have like maybe uh, if you have like developed basically worked on some web graphics related work, maybe you can apply. We can definitely consider for interview, and then we can speak.
Okay, and they so and now I'm just going back to the project part. So they have mentioned multiple tech stacks like Blender, computer vision, Python, Solidity, Slam, and Unity 3D. Do these developers need to know all the tech stack that you have mentioned in your project details, or if any three or four are selected?
No, I mean one developer doesn't have to
What is the
know.
best chance to get selected?
Yeah, one developer doesn't have to know everything because it will be a team working together. So if somebody is into game development, and somebody is into Android app development, and somebody is into computer vision and slam, we can bring it together as a team and we can work. Yeah. So only some game developers know a little bit of Blender, so that kind of skill would be much more useful. So people doesn't have to know full Blender because we have artists in our team, so they will work on it. But understanding Blender and how to use it inside the app is basically game developers usually work on that. So if somebody has knowledge on that,
Yeah, and there is this one more. There are some multiple questions. I just give me a second. So prerequisites. Okay, so Charu, this has been answered clearly. Like prerequisites has been answered. So for you, what's the ideal proposal looks like in front of like what? How many pages it should be, and what's the ideal proposal looks like according to you for the Sneakerland project?
yeah, I think maybe with this interaction call, maybe people would have got some more idea on it. But first, what we'll do is like we'll interact on Slack, and I will try to provide more details so that you guys have more understanding on it. And then I will also give you some reference examples, and then definitely you can write whether you're an Android developer or whether you're a computer. You can completely write your approach of developing this application and understanding about this space. And if you're a game developer, what kind of gamified elements, leveling system you want to bring. You can basically your approach you can definitely openly you can share, and it might be right, it might may not be right, or maybe because we also it's not like we're doing it alone. Definitely we will like your inputs as well. So if you like your inputs, we can implement that into our project as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and there was one question in the Slack channel, and it was around the project only. So the students were asking if they have so they have clearly understood the description what you want. They understood your idea. Now, what if they have some other tech stack they are already working on those tech stack, and they have the idea that these tech stacks would be preferable and it would really be better than the tech stack you have mentioned. Look, should they propose them to in their proposal, or is it like are you open to these developers
Yeah,
also?
definitely we are open to open to, yeah, we are open to new tech stacks as well. Yeah, definitely we are
Yeah,
open.
perfect. So I hope that answers all the questions. So guys, if you have any other doubts or queries, just the Praveen is in the Slack channel. You can ask and hashtag Sneakerland queries channel, and Praveen will be answering all those questions. He'll, as he mentioned, he will be sharing some reference and the resources as well in the Slack channel, so that you guys can really build a good proposal out of it and make sure and increase your chances of getting selected and look forward to contributing to the Sneakerland project. And thank you, Praveen, for joining us today.
thank you, Lakshya. Thank you,
Praveen,
everyone.
for giving it. Yeah, it's nice talking to you, and thank you guys. Thank you for joining, and see you then. And best of luck for your proposals, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye, bye, everyone.
Bye, bye, bye. Everyone.